What up, what up, what up? Good day, welcome to another episode of Union Power. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown, union organizer, radio talk show host, personality, whatever you want to name me. I want to welcome you to the show. I want to talk about some union matters. I've been involved in quite a few campaigns. I've been involved with political campaigns, the Obama campaign in 2008, Bernie Sanders campaign in 2016. Seen some things. I've been in some church organizing campaign, youth organizing campaigns. I've been very, very seasoned in being a part of campaign. Now, running a campaign, I never believed in I never ever believe a person should run a campaign. It's always a team. And everybody got their part to play. And wherever you see somebody weak, you work with them to make them strong. There's some people at a company that I love. And there's some people at a union that I love. And I'm constantly going in my mind concerning them. There's certain people at a company that I organized that temporarily that I fell in love with. But yet there's some practices that union have that I think don't better the worker. Sure, it's good for getting the union numbers up. Sure, it's good for accomplishing union goals, but it does nothing for them. If you are an organizer or if you run a campaign, understand that just because you sit in a position of leadership means you know people. Oh, I run this campaign. I know that don't mean you know people. Oh, I'm a pastor. That don't mean you know people. Oh no, man, I'm the CEO of this company. That don't mean you know people. How do you know people? It's when you get away from the people aspect and you go and focus on this person. You can call it the this person aspect. You know, in union organizing, they always talk about building the turf. Sometimes when building the turf, you don't want to get too big. You don't want to have 20 people, 30 people on the turf until you do it in brackets. But to some union organization, that ain't enough. You need to go out there and build a huge turf. Nah, let me build it in bracket, bruh. Because if I get too many people on the turf, it's just like organizing when you in network marketing. I'm an avid network marketer. I have a network marketing business or direct selling business, Legal Shield, and I do have a team and I build teams. But I don't want to build this team so big and fast that I can't teach them to do the system. The system, you got to have a system when it comes to organizing. Some unions have a template, some unions don't have a template. It's just numbers. You got to get the numbers. You got to get the numbers. You can't focus on the number without focusing on the person aspect. Because your numbers come from the person. I'm the type of organization that, yeah, I know you got goals, but my number one goal is to build a relationship with this person and make myself available for this person. That way I can connect with that person because I need them to do a few major things. That's them to know me, like me, trust me, and in some cases love me. Now, I just recently came off a campaign, and you can tell, and I can tell you, there's people who I only been there. I was sent there in 2 weeks. I was supposed to organize to get these people to go for a strike, and I'm like, I just got off a campaign, and you put me on this campaign, and you want me to try to get people I don't know on a strike? Really? These people don't know me, like me, trust me, or love me yet. How do you expect me to get them to strike? How do you expect them to strike when you always bringing in new people in there trying to push them to strike? They're not able to know them, like you, and trust you. See, when people know you, like you, and trust you, whether it's in business, whether it's in network marketing, whether it's in organization, whether it's in ministry, they're not going to be able to be led until they know you, like you, trust you, and in some cases loving you. And this is a missing element in union organizing. This is a missing element in workforce democracy. This is a missing element in life in general. The law of connection say touch a heart before you ask for a hand. Now my question is, how do you expect people in organizing to do things on behalf of the union's goal? Because the union goal is to try to make the workforce better. But how do you make the workforce better? Well, you got to get people to sign the cards. So, you got to get people on your side. And you're not going to get these people on your side unless you first, law of connection, touch a heart before you ask for a hand. What are you going to do for them? Because you got to give them a reason to connect to you. Your reasons is not a reason for them to connect you always. A lot of time we can quote the law and we can talk about the things that they should be pissed off and agitated about to mobilize against their company, but oftentimes that's not the major thing. Why are you here, man? And why are you talking to me? Do you know me? Well, if you don't know me, you can't care about me. And if you can't care about me, you can't like me, trust me, or love me. You need to take time to get to know me, and that's where we go wrong. We don't take time out to get to know the workers. Now I'm going to go from one campaign I worked on, I'm going to go to my former job. Global Contact Services, a company that got a bunch of great workers. This is why I keep asking the leadership there to hire me on temporarily to help them mobilize the workers, to help apply the pressure on the company to give them what they're fighting for in the contract. But right now, a lot of those people are new. A lot of them are not familiar with union organizing. They're brand new to this. Some of them probably got bad vibes about the union. But we're going to expect majority of these people to go out and mobilize to fight for better contract. Some of these people think I got it good. Some of these people trying to kiss butt to go up the ladder to be a manager, only be fired 1 or 2, 3 years later. But there's nobody on the ground on a daily basis like this other place. We used to be there on a daily basis, but we're there trying to reach numbers instead of trying to reach the heart. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people who are reaching the heart. The ultimate goal is to reach the heart. And I'm not saying the people at the site wasn't about the heart of the people, because they were good people and they were about the heart. But when you let the numbers and goals and your own personal numbers get in the way of getting to the heart, that's too much pressure on you. And then now you're performing. Now you're a monkey. You got to dance, monkey, dance to make the union happy. And you're not even focused on touching the heart. You're focusing on getting these people to get you some numbers. It's no different from the allegations of NYPD pressuring their officers to go out and get numbers. They're not there to serve and protect. I got a chalkboard and I need you to put a number in there. I don't care about these people. Put a number up there. So I need you to stop somebody. I need you to question them. I need you to frisk them. I need a number. Forget about, don't get too personal. Don't build a relationship. Don't you be doing this community policing crap. You police. You are an officer or a overseer. Your goal is to get us some numbers. I want to see if you searching anybody, if you who got warrants, who got summons, who numbers. And that's why the community don't like police, because they never try to really realize, they never serve and protect and show that they care about the community. It's all about, I got to get these numbers. And when you're pressured by the leadership to produce these numbers and they tell you where to go to get these numbers, it don't make your job easier. You got in the police department to serve and protect, to connect with your community, but not to the leadership. It's about the numbers, and that's why the things get messed up. In this case with Global Contact Services, they're going into a contract, And they need to have people there every day to mobilize the worker. They need to be there every day to get to know the worker. Hand out a card. Let them know, hey, what's your name? I mean, there's ways to get information. Now, me, I pose the way of getting the information. You do a political style campaign to reach the heart and the mind of the worker. The reason why certain people in office who campaign, organizing, and political campaigns is because they spend time with the people and they hear from them from their heart. What do you want for your family? What do you want for yourself? Not what I want you to do for me. I need you to go out there and help me get some votes. I need you to make fun. No, what do you want for you and your family? Is it here on this platform? Let's put it on the platform. And then once they they sign their name on it, saying they support the platform, sign their name on it, showing the level of support. Now you got information on it. So what I'm basically saying is we got to stop focusing on numbers, focusing on performance, applying the pressure on the worker to perform like a monkey. Nothing wrong with performing. But the number one performance is touching the heart before you ask for a hand. How do you expect me to go out and sign a petition? I mean, look, I don't know you. I don't have no relationship with you, and you asking me to do something. How are you going to make sure I'm secure? How are you going to make sure I don't lose my job? I don't know you. Are you worth me risking my job, even talking to you, even to be shown with you? I know you told me the law, about the law that, they can't stop you from talking to me. You can't organize with me. I know that. But I'm talking about me and you. Do you really care about me and my family? And this is what I'm saying. Organizers, whether it's in the labor force, preacher, teacher, or manager in an organization, your number one priority is the people. It's not the numbers. As you care for the people and you genuinely show love for the people and you always make yourself available, I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, when you put yourself in that position that look, I got you. You need me, call me anytime. When they get to the position where they can know you, like you, and trust you, you'll be able to get them to mobilize. But organizing units, you got to give the worker the time to build the relationship. And when it's time to mobilize and you don't see the results that you need to see, don't necessarily look at the worker. Look at the fact that you ain't allowed the time. You're doing this at a time when these people are very, very on the edge when it comes to knowing you, liking you, and trusting you, and even loving you. Over here on this other campaign, people come and go. There are 2 people on the campaign that left. One went back to their hometown. And, sometimes you come on campaign to help out. It is what it is. But don't try to always find somebody from different areas in the country to try to work with these people in a local area. To me, the best thing to do is find organizers in the area. That's why I'm so attracted to local unions. I'm so attracted to local churches. I'm so attracted to the local because local is the heart of the community. It's local, man. I can run into Joe at Walmart anytime. Yo, what's up, Joe? I mean, me and Joe, I'm in a hookah joint, and Joe over there on the hookah smoking now. So, that's building relationships. I'm over here with my man. He stay over here in Parkchester. We ride the bus back together. That's a one-on-one, and we chit-chat and chopping it up. I'm getting to know him. I'm not going to be out pushing him about organizing and signing this and that, and the guy don't even know me. Why should I? Who are you? And even if it is a benefit to them, even though this will help them reach their goal and getting into place, it still boils down to, I don't trust you, bro. I don't know you. And honestly speaking, I'm not trusting this organization. Every time I turn around, there's a brand new face up in my face, and some of them calling my name, and I don't even know who they are. What is going on? Are y'all getting my information out? How do you know me? Well, I asked this person. It's another thing. Don't have your when you introduce somebody to somebody, or if you see somebody and you tell them, "Yo, that's Joe." Don't have him. Please don't tell him to go up to Joe. You go introduce him to Joe. I've seen that too many times. Go get him. You got new organizers coming in here. Show me what you got. Go get them. No, you go get them and you introduce them to me. That way, I know their name and step. Go get their name and number. No, you go get their name and how do you figure I can get their name and number and you ain't got their name and number? I've been a victim of that. But no, let's go and get their name and number. Because I need to learn. It's still going back to this touch your heart before you ask for a hand. How are you going to expect me? And then we look down on people because they didn't get the name and number. What happened? What's up? No. You go do it. Bring me with you. Let me see how you work. It's called discipleship. Unions call it shadowing, but it's really called discipleship. Jesus brought the 12 with him and showed them how to do it. So when it was time, they all went their own ways in ministry. The 12 did not stay together. They all branched out to become little Jesuses in their respective organizations. They did the works. He did it because he shadowed them, or he discipled them, or he became their apprentice, or he became the sing, whatever you want to call it. You have to touch a heart before you ask for a hand. Don't ever forget that. You can't tell me I don't know how to organize when I know how to organize. See, I want to organize the right way. I don't want to organize to do performance, to perform to get numbers for you because you got a certain goal. That's going to always slap you in the face. And then you're sitting up here with a sour look on your face, upset because things didn't go the way you wanted to go. No, I know you want to push another activity, but how about we get some successes before we can push that activity? Small successes before we try to get a big one. Because you're guiding me side by side, arm by arm on these small victories. Now when it's time to go get the big one, I'm ready to rock and roll. One campaign, my thing is, look, another strike. I know we need to get moving on some things, but honestly speaking, these people need a victory to boost up morale and momentum, and then let's bring the strike behind me. But I'm not the organizer. I'm not the chief organizer to make that decision. Other decisions I made too. Okay, why do we have these politicians coming out talking to the workers? That's good. Inspire the workers, motivate them. But at the end of the day, Bernie Sanders, you going back to Vermont. Cory Booker, you going back to Jersey. I don't have a number where I can call you. So how about you turn around and stop talking to me, look into the camera, and start calling out these companies? See, when you got a politician that's going to get in front of the company and call them out, you're showing the workers that that's how much you mean to them. You mean so much to me that this politician who is on our side is going to go out there and advocate for you on that pulpit, in that microphone, on that soapbox. It's not impressive to me because I'm a politician. Because at the end of the day, they don't know me. They'll forget my name before the week is over with. But my pain is with this company. And when you got that person calling out, like when I motivated a union to, look, now I told one union, we was in a union organizing meeting, and I told one of the leaders, the people in charge of the union, all right, what's going on? We got these politicians, they trying to get endorsements from the union. I mean, and then they were telling me who was jockeying for position. California wanted Kamala Harris. I'm like, ugh, Kamala Harris, what? You know, ugh, why you want, you know? So they had these, and I think that's probably what made them ticked off at me because I'm not no any blue type of dude. Now we need a quality person in office. So my thing was, all right, you got some politicians coming to New York, and they probably be stopping by the office trying to get an endorsement, trying to get some support. You got to make them earn it. You want my support? We got some campaigns going on. Do what you do best. Call them out. Shame them. Make them feel small. And I told him, look, Bernie Sanders is going to be here in a couple of weeks with Alexandria Cortez. I just heard from a person who worked in the Bernie Sanders campaign that he's going to be here. So my suggestion is the president or whoever's in charge, political team, need to get in contact with Mr. Sanders and say, Mr. Sanders, you're in town. How about doing two things for us? Spend some time with these workers to help boost their morale up. And number two, do a press conference and calling these companies out. And Bernie Sanders called out Walmart. Now they $15 an hour. Now they're getting ready to get some. Call that Jeff Bezos. No, I'm not just going to hand you an endorsement. You got to earn it. See, when you do stuff like that, you show those workers that you care. You just touch their heart. Now you'll be able to ask for a hand in the future. When you got the biggest pro-labor president out here tweeting out how horrible Yulin is, I prefer a tweet. I prefer a video conference, more importantly. But anything to do. Little ideas. Everything that we do must connect right back to getting these workers to know us, like us, trust us, and yeah, love us. That is the key to good organizing. And it will take some time. And you can't rush these people to do things for you to reach your goals until you did enough things for them to help them reach their own personal goals. One goal could be, look, this healthcare at this job is killing me, man. Can you give me some advice on some cheaper healthcare? All right, man. You get the day off, man. Call me and we go somewhere and we'll sign up for some cheaper healthcare. No touching the heart before you ask for a hand. Become a part of these people's life, but that take time. And you got to go with their flow. You can't have them go with your flow. They don't know you, like you, and trust you yet. Now, some of you are seasoned, and some of the people at your establishment where you work at currently, and those who are organizing at places that don't have a union, sure, it still boils down to this. Touch a heart before you ask for a hand. Make them the greatest thing, their name, the greatest thing they hear. Always call them out. Give them a shout out, give them a hug, give them a pound. You know, in some places, you can't even buy them a drink. You know, but let them buy a drink. And you drink with them. Touch your heart before you ask for a hand. Sometimes you just got to say, look, no, I just want to see how you're doing. No, I'm not trying to get you signed any petition. This ain't about a union goal. This is about you. What's going on with you, man? How's everything going? How's school? How's the kids? How's mama? Mama came back in town yet? Tell mama I'm coming over to cook some chicken. Tell her, Sarah, tell her, sister, I want to see her before she go. Tell mama I'm coming to cook some chicken. Touching the heart before you ask for a hand. And when you take your time and build those relationships, sure, you might want to rush it a little bit for the goal, but oftentimes these workers can see right through that. Now, you're just trying to use me to get something done for you. Unions should never have that in their mind, that I'm here to do something for me. I'm here to do something for you. I'm here to do whatever I can to make you have the best life ever. If I have to do that as a friend, scratch the union organizing out the way. Yeah, guilty as charged. I'm a union organizer. But I'm your friend. And I'm here. I'm here. Union organizing is just what I do. It's not who I am. I'm a friend. To me, that's the key to organizing. I think in this particular campaign, that kind of energy has to go to that particular campaign over there in Long Island City. that you got to go out there and get to know these new workers. Got to get out there and get to know their needs, their hurts, their pain, their and show them that you care and make yourself available to them as much as you can. And then, in time, they know you, like you, trust you, and even love you. They'll move the whole freaking world for you. But you got to give the workers time to do that. Organizing units, leaders of organizing units. You got to give the workers time to do that. You can't be rushing them. And I know the pressure is on for you to perform for this person, but you got to tell that person the truth. These people, you put too much pressure on them, they may break. And we may not get the numbers, and we may get worse numbers. And fine, if that's what it takes, fine. You go right back to knowing, liking, and trust them. You go right back to making them the number one thing in your life and their life. You go right back to their needs versus the union need or my needs. I will never, ever put forcing somebody to sign a petition, forcing somebody to strike. I will never, ever force. I won't even coerce. I want you to freely stand on your own for your own rights. I'm not going to struggle to fight you to stand up for your rights. I'm not going to do that. Bottom line is, I'm your friend and I want better for you, and I may want it more than you, but my number one concern is not to get you to fight for your rights. My number one concern is to connect with you so we can fight for your rights together. Together. It's not you. Let's do it. We will do it. But I have to build that relationship to get to the we. And this is what this Union Power episode is all about. People who are working jobs that needs to mobilize against their company, you cannot try to put them on a forced schedule to benefit you, the organizer, and the organization that's doing the organizing. It got to be on their pressure. You got to make sure that they're ready for this. You got to prepare them for it. But you'll never prepare them for it until you build a relationship. And you got to give the worker the time to build a relationship. So you're looking at the wrong things in some cases. I'm looking on the paper. I'm not seeing much coming from this guy. That's because you're looking for a performance from this guy. This guy's focused on building a relationship with these workers. See, I would on purpose stay to 12, 1 o'clock to ride home with some of these workers, building a relationship. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm agitated. Yeah, if I don't miss that last train coming from Grand Central Station, I'm going to be stuck to 5 o'clock, and I don't want to be walking from Wakefield home. But I did it for the workers because I want these workers to know I care about them. And that's why I say challenge any worker on any campaign that I've been on, whether it's my old job or, different campaigns I've been on. Tell me the people don't know that they cannot, you would never, they will let you know. You can say, did Rob get a chance to know you? Do Rob like you? Do Rob trust you? How do you feel about Rob? You feel you know Rob? You like him? You trust him? They can tell you we was getting there. We were getting there. So I'm done with this particular union matter. It wasn't no instructions. I just know that there's a campaign just came off of. There's a campaign that I want to be a part of. Both of them have the same issue. Mobilizing the workers to fight for their rights. And looking at both of them, it's the same. You can never mobilize these people to fight for their rights until you mobilize yourself to get them to know you, like you, trust you, and love you. That has to come before anything. And I'll never be able to get the workers over here at this particular unit to fight for their rights unless they end up having a relationship with me where we know they can know, like me, and trust me. And now when I say it's time for us to do something, they can trust me that it's the right thing to do. And when they know I'm right there with them, because we built a relationship. We got some kind of love for one another. And love ain't always romance, people. I love those workers. I love those workers at Uline. I love those workers at GCS. Both of them got crappy companies, and I love them. And I talk to them, and I'm not even in either one of them. Talked to 3 workers at Uline today, 4 workers at GCS. Why? Because they know me, like me, and trust me. And sometimes organizing leaders, you got to give your workers the opportunity to build that relationship with them, because that lasts long term. Yet you trying to risk throwing away a long term thing in order to achieve a short term goal. Building relationships is not a performance, it's a nature. It should be your nature to develop friendships, to develop love relationships. And when I say love, there's many facets of love. Go to my other YouTube channel, I teach on love. There's many facets of love. You got agape, phileo, eros. You got friendship, love. You all kind of love. So I'm talking about friendship. When you build that friendship with that person, and you show them that, hey, we're gonna do this together, they can trust you. Now, when you go to that person and say, hey, Joe, this petition is to try to mobilize, try to get the company to do this. It is your right for this. This is yours, and here's the law. And we're trying to get them to recognize that law. We want to file this petition with the city or with the state against them, because they're supposed to be doing these things for you and they're not. And then it's not fair to you, because this money that you're spending over here, they supposed to be spending, giving you the money back. You need your money, and you shouldn't have to use your money. For an example, New York State got this PTO law, this uniform law, that if you're wearing a uniform, the company is responsible to pay to get it clean. But unfortunately, this particular company don't give a crap. They're not paying them. They expect these workers to pay for their own uniform. And sometimes that could be $20, $30 a week. Yet they still got to buy diapers. They still got to buy milk and things like that. And see, this is why, again, know, like, and trust you. I'm concerned about your diapers. I'm concerned about where that money's supposed to go, man. You probably need, your wife probably need this. You probably need some new shoes. You never know. Touch your heart before you ask for a hand. That is crucial. That is important. To me, that's rule number 1. John Maxwell agreed with me on that. Andrew Carnegie agreed with me on that. Norman Vincent Peale agreed with me on that. Most of the great philosophers will let you know that in order to move people to do things with you or for you, it's going to take a whole lot of knowing, liking, trusting, and loving. That has to be built over time. And you can't let goals get in the way of that. Sure, you mobilize them. If you don't reach your goal, you don't get rid of people because they didn't reach their goals. You put them right back in there where they can continue to build that relationship with these workers, to know, like, and trust them. And in turn, because you allowed them the opportunity to go through that learning curve, allowed them the opportunity to build that relationship regardless of whether you hit your goal or not, instead of removing them from that campaign, send them somewhere else, and then trying to put somebody else in this place to try to rebuild again. What kind of insanity is that? That's crazy. To me, that's you sledding your workers, you're sledding the mission out. Oh, this person wasn't good enough. I don't think this person was good enough for you. How you gonna make that call for me? I was building something with this guy, and you just took him out of my life, and you trying to bring Joe Blow with this. Nothing wrong with you, Joe Blow. You probably a good guy and everything, but I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this. Every time they don't reach their goals, they bring in a new person in my face, hoping to move me. No, don't be sledding me out like that. That's an insult. You keep those people there to continue to build that relationship where they know, like, and trust. It takes time to see, organizing isn't hard as people think. It's just something that has to be learned. And the key is you got to give people time enough to learn it. especially when you know they got the fire and the passion to do it, and you got to move hell and high water to make sure this person's sitting at the table. Now, I don't know if you're watching this, but TWU, look, I want to see these workers winning over here at GCS. I don't mind being there at nighttime. I don't mind being there at lunchtime. I don't mind being there in the morning, but I can't do it for free. So I'm telling you, you need a team down there daily, every freaking day organizing. Except weekends, but every freaking day organizing, especially on the two busiest days when everybody is on at work, like a Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And if you have to pay people to be there, pay them. There's workers right now who used to be in that organization that's real friendly. I would put them on. I would do whatever I could. Now I understand you got to fill out an application, blah 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 blah. But the best people to help organize a company is people who work in the company. But since you can't get people who work in the company to leave and work for you, like SEIU do for them, that mean they got this thing called a brigade that's off the chain. They get people to leave their job to help organize in other areas. Since you can't get people off that job to work with you for about 90 days, you hire somebody that used to work there and you give them the skill set. This is, I live and breathe this. But somebody need to be there organizing those people. Need to be there building a relationship to get these workers to know them, like them, love them, and trust them. And they need to be there. Really be there. Don't put them there for 3 months or halfway through the campaign and pull them out. Let them continue to build. Go down there and make sure they build it. Let them build. Let them develop that relationship. Don't slut them out. Don't let them get to the point where they're finally building a relationship and then you take them off the campaign and send them somewhere else to build a new relationship. What kind of relationship is that? That's why I don't like. Truck driving, you make some good money, but I don't want to be no truck driver. You taking me away from my family, and then I end up meeting another girl on the road, and then now I got a new family and all that kind of. I don't need that kind of pressure, man. I don't need that kind of pressure. I want a dedicated route where I'm home every day, at least by the weekend. Don't be sending me on the road 90 days, man, without my wife. At least let me put her on the program where she can ride with me. Because I know her, like her, trust her, and she know me, like me, and trust me. Don't pull me away from her. Same thing with these workers. Don't pull your workers away from these people who are already vulnerable, they know they have to mobilize, they know they have to go out there and campaign, they know they have to go there and push for it and fight for their rights, they know they have to do it, and they getting people that's going to build a relationship to be by their side to help them do it. As soon as you decide to get an agenda, you decide that you're going to do something and it don't work, you want to pull this person off the campaign and send them somewhere else when they need to continue to stay there and continue to build until they get to the point where this person know, like, and trust them. Now when it's time for me to move you, you moving. Because we got each other back. You know I'm your friend. You know I care about you. So let's do this. We're going to do this together. I ain't going to let you leave you hanging. That comes from knowing a person, liking them, trusting them, and even loving them. But that takes building a lasting friendship with these workers. This Cupid bringing them one in and that person in work and bringing another one in, that's not going to work. Anyway, I'm done with this particular area of union power. Look, this is a channel that's brought to you, for you, and by you. It's really to reach out to the community who know people that are in the work. The community, I really believe the community, we need the community to help side with workers to side against the company to help them get the things that they deserve. No person should be working more than 40 hours and not getting what they work so hard for. 40 hours is enough. But we need the community behind them. We need the union properly behind them, and not look at them as a strategy or a number or goal that we got to reach. No, be really behind them. And then we need family members behind them. I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. When you hit the notification bell, you're going to see a drop. Hit always, because if you don't hit always, you're going to miss some of these Union Power on shows. Also, support the channel. This is a solo operation, and I am taking time out of my busy schedule to do it. I do it because I love it. I'm going to do it whether I get patrons or whether I get support or not. But if you do want to support the channel, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, $30 million. PayPal information is there. That's paypal.me/capital Bob TV NYC, all in caps. Bob TV NYC, all in caps. I love you guys. I love you, union organizer. It is not a hard thing. The hard part is just building relationships. But you got to give the person the time to build it, because it's not hard as can be. But when you have one person build it, pull them out, and have another person to build it, pull it out, it becomes more harder for you reaching your goals. And it's really kind of shameful to the worker. Who do you think I am? Can we get somebody solid, man? Anyway, I'm done. I'll holler at you later. Peace.